Hello everyone, it's Gladius. I'm going to give you a checklist on exactly what we want to be doing week 1, week 2, week 3. Any week of season 4, there's a certain number of things we want to be doing to be able to get champion gear each week. First thing we want to be doing is we're going to head up the last Hurrah quest. This is something we can pick up in Valdrakken. Right around that fountain area, right in the center of Valdrakken, there's going to be an NPC that we've been receiving our quests from for every season previous. I'll link his coordinates in the description so you can see exactly where he's at, and also I'll link him on Wowhead. You're going to be picking up a quest called the Last Hurrah. This one is going to make you do certain events inside of the empowered zone. Now, for those of you who don't know, there's going to be a certain area of the map that's going to be empowered for each week. This empowered zone or series of zones is going to have increased rewards for everything you do inside of that zone. For example, this week, we're going to be having the original Dragon Isles zones all empowered. So the Waking Shores, Thaldrazes, Onaran Plains, and the Azure Span. So the Last Hurrah quest is going to give us all 3 of these to do. Make sure you do each of these events. They're going to give you veteran pieces of gear, except for the hunt, which is going to get you an item level 460 instead of the 480 that the others give you. So a nice passive way to get some gear, but really the best part of this is that turning in this quest is going to give us a champion piece of gear, which is going to be 1 track higher than the veteran pieces. The original zones are awakened, so that's why we're doing all the events in that area. Next week will be Zaralek Caverns, then the following week will be Emerald Dream. The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure we're doing the dungeon weekly. There's going to be a dungeon weekly quest each week. For this week, it's Burning Path Through Time. We're going to have to go do 5 time walking dungeons. This is going to award us with another 493 item level piece of gear. Easy to get, just either doing 5 time walking raid bosses or dungeons. Do that, pick up your other 493 piece, and then let's get the next piece of champion gear. You want to make sure you're doing the world boss. The world boss this week is going to be in the temporal conflux. You're going to be fighting the world boss down here. I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but completing this gives you a chance at getting another piece of champion gear, which all this so far makes for 3 really easy pieces of champion gear. Now, something I did want to mention is that when you're completing the Last Hurrah quest, you're going to be getting veteran pieces from completing both the feast event and then also Dragonbane Keep. Make sure you do both of those this week. Getting items on a veteran track is nice. Of course, champion pieces are definitely the ones we're after, as these are the items we can receive and upgrade through Mythic Plus and raids. Now, after we've done the Last Hurrah and we've also done the Dungeon Weekly, we want to make sure we head on over and do the Dream Surge. Yeah, the Dream Surge is back. So what you're going to do for the Dream Surge, head over to the location wherever the empowered Dream Surge is. Right now it's in the Onaran Plains, and you're going to want to talk to Hamel Rune Totem, pick up the quests there. One of them is not worth it and the other one is. So you're not going to have to do this one here. You can skip Dream Surge investigations because it's only going to give you an item level of 415. Just go ahead and skip that one. It's not important for you to do that, but the one you do want to do is the Shaping the Dream Surge, because that's going to give us a piece of veteran gear and then also give us one of these Dream Surge cradles, which indicate, based on what this says right here, that we can go ahead and grab one of these and turn it in for champion gear. Now, unfortunately, right now, the vendors are bugged for both the Time Surge and the Dream Surge. We're not able to look at what the vendors are selling, but it does seem to indicate, based on the tooltip here, that we can exchange it for champion level gear. So definitely worth our time to do this each week. Go ahead and save these tokens. Hopefully in the following week or shortly here soon, they will update these vendors to be interactable once again. Now, once we've done those 3 items, we're going to have 3 pieces of champion gear with the possibility of a 4th if we get lucky with a drop from the raid boss, the world boss. Now, there's one last thing we want to make sure we finish each week. You can do any version of LFR. Just make sure you down a raid boss, or if you're unlucky, maybe a couple, where you're going to get an item called a bronze bullion. The bronze bullion can be taken over to a vendor. I'll link the coordinates in the description, but the vendor is in Valdrakken in the Bronze Enclave, where you can trade in these bronze bullions for raid level gear. You're going to need 2 of them to be able to purchase one of these pieces. In fact, you can find some of your best in slot stuff here. Now, you might think that this is going to be our primary objective, absolutely first thing we want to do. Well, here's the thing. They actually have a catch-up mechanic with this. If you do miss a week where you're not able to get your bronze bullion for the week, you're able to get a catch-up bronze bullion the following week. And every every week after that. So the way it works is that you can get 1 bronze bullion per character each week. And then that cap is raised by 1 for every week that passes. This includes characters you haven't made yet. This includes your entire account. So you don't have to worry so much about making sure that you get a bronze bullion every single week. You're able to, great. But just know that you do have that catch-up mechanic available to you if you do miss a week. But this is going to be a primary and very good way of getting gear. The greatest part about it is that you can down LFR bosses. After you collect enough of these, you can go ahead and buy your raid level gear. And we're also going to have our spark as well, our spark for the week. Now, I could spend an entire video just talking about sparks. In fact, I will. I'll link that in the description after I complete it. But sparks are going to be what you can use to upgrade your crafted pieces to be relevant for season 4. I'll go over those in a different video. Again, it's linked in the description. And everyone, if the video did help you out today, please strike the like button. If you want to stay tuned for more WoW content in the future, please bash the subscribe. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.